Alright, good morning guys. So today we're going to be continuing our lessons on pitch. Did everyone remember from last lesson we talked about pitch and we came up with a definition for it? Does anyone remember that? Yeah?
It's how high and low a note is.
Yeah, exactly. Continuing with our pitch, we need to be able to notate our pitch. Okay? We need to be able to let our musicians who are playing our music know how high or low the notes are that we're getting them to play. Or if we're playing a sheet of music, we need to know what we're playing. Okay? So the way we're going to do that is these 5 lines here. This is what we write music on. It's called a stave. You've probably seen it before. So what we're going to use is these 5 lines. We're able to write our circles, which are our notes, at different heights along this stave. And that's going to indicate a change in pitch. The notes at the very bottom are going to be the lowest notes. The notes at the very top are going to be the high notes. Now, each of these notes is going to be connected with a letter name. Does anyone notice a pattern at all in the order of these letters?
They're in alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order, exactly. Okay. So as we increase the pitch of our notes, we're also going to move up through the alphabet. Okay. So what we have now is we need to be able to come up with a way of remembering which letter goes with which position on the stave. And that can be a little bit tricky for looking from this because there's a lot of notes there to try and remember. So what we're going to do to make that a little bit easier for ourselves is we're going to take it by halving the notes. We're going to take the notes that are in the lines and we're going to take the notes that are in the spaces. Okay? We're going to have a look at those individually. So if I remove the notes that are on the lines, you're going to see something appear. Does anyone notice anything?
It's spelled face.
Face, exactly. So if we take a look at the notes in the spaces, it's going to spell out face. Okay? The way I like to remember this is face in the space. So we're going to have F starting down the bottom, and each space we move up, we're going to move through one extra letter of the word face. Okay? So F, A, C, and E. Is that clear?
Yep.
Yep, cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the opposite side. We're going to have a look at the notes that are on the lines. So if I remove this, you have E, G, B, D, and F, which spells egged. Not a word, okay? And this is going to be a bit tricky to remember because it seems like a nonsense form of letters. What we're going to do to make that a little bit easier is we can give each of these letters a word to go with it. So in the case of E, we're going to make that every. For G, it's going to be good. B is boy. D is deserves. F, normally it's taught with fruit, but I like to say Ferraris because they're way cooler. So we have every good boy deserves Ferraris, and this is going to indicate the notes on the lines. So, starting at the bottom with E for every good boy deserves fruit, E, G, B, D, F. Is that nice and clear?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So now we're going to move on to an activity on our worksheets and see how you guys do with remembering this.